Welcome to week number 4 of the Study of Ombre blanket. We're moving on now to this page here, week number 4 with the diagonal spikes. Now this particular one, as we're now progressing into this whole project, the hard work is now done. All of the rest of this Afghan is a matter of just simple repeating over and over. I always find with these kind of projects that if I overcomplicate a whole like big sections of it, it gets really dicey whether people want to complete it or not. So what I have for you on here, we're going to move from rounds number 26 all the way to 37 today. I'm going to abbreviate some of this stuff because the fact is that it's just over and over of the same instruction that you've already covered in previous lessons. So I will start you with road number 26 using the same hook. I'm going to be using a color I've never used before. It's called Sea Coral, and this here is the Red Heart Super Saver Ombre. So we'll see how that looks and we'll match it to our sample, and you know what the heck, right? Let's just have some fun. Let's begin round number 26.
Time is gone and I grew up and somehow made it through without.
Hey, before you leave me on this tutorial today, I'm going to show you some cheating techniques. What happens if you did not have your grouping of 3 right at the end of the first time you're doing the 2 double crochet with the trebles that cross over it? I'm going to show you how to cheat the system just in case. Also, while I was making this in the tutorial format, I noticed that I accidentally skipped a stitch, so I didn't have my grouping of 3 like I was supposed to of the single crochet, and I was missing one. And I'm going to show you how you can compromise, or how you can get away with that. If you realize that your crossovers are not directly matching each other in the vertical, it means that you may have skipped a stitch or missed a stitch somewhere along the way, and so like in the particular side. So I'm going to show you a way what to look for, and I'm also going to show you how you can improvise that and get yourself back on track without having to frog everything back, because nobody likes frogging, right? So that's coming up in this video.
So let's begin, and we're going to start in a corner. And the way that I like to do it is that I like to start off in the corner just like so, and I need to start and begin by just attaching it and chaining 2. The reason why I'm doing this is that I find people misunderstand the corners when it comes to back or front post double crochets in a round. So what I'm having you do is just attach chain 2 so that you can keep a better eye on the counts of the corners. I now want you to half double crochet in the corner and then chain 2 and then half double crochet. So the chain 2 builder is just sitting there. It's nothing. It's just a builder. Let's move on to the rest of this round. And now we're going to half double crochet into the same corner. Now the instructions for all the corners for this one here is that we are going to half double crochet, chain 2, half double crochet. The remaining all the way across are going to be a back post double crochet. And how we do that, and what I need to show you, is that when you wrap the hook, you're going to wrap and come in from behind and take the post with you and go back to the back. Yarn over, pull through, and pull through 2 and 2. Normally in my study series I always have this stitch, and it's usually a lot sooner in the project than it is in this one. So we'll do that with the next one. So I want to show you a little tip that may upset you if you're not paying attention, and all I just need to do is back post double crochet all the way to the corner. Corners are half double crochet, chain 2, half double crochet. When you do a half double crochet, or sorry, a back post double crochet, what can sometimes happen is that you can go in and you think that you grabbed most of the stitch and you didn't. So I'm going to intentionally do it. So I think I'm going to grab the whole post, and I'm so quick, I'm not looking at my work, I'm just kind of working my way through it, and then I double crochet, and most of us are not paying attention. So let me just do this again. And most of us are not paying attention, and we don't notice it until maybe we're done the round or like several other stitches in the future. And what this is that if you watch it here, you're noticing that I missed some of the post. That's noticeable because when you do it the next one and you do it properly, you will think that you skipped a stitch when in actual fact you only grabbed a portion of it. So one thing that you should watch for is that when you do these back posts, anytime you do back posts, make sure that you are paying attention and quickly glance back and make sure that it makes sense, because nothing is more frustrating. Well, there's a lot of frustrating things in the world, but it's really frustrating to look back after you completed a whole round and realize that you have a few stitches that are not grabbed all the way and are just partial grabbing. So I want you to do this all the way around, and this is round number 26. When you get back around, you're going to join it to the first half double crochet. Ignore that chain 2. It's easier to keep the count. And what we're going to do is that we're going to start and do round number 27, and before you start then I need you to just slip stitch to the chain 2 space and get ready. And you're going to notice that you're going to do it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and 5 times. And in between those you're going to single crochet, which I've already shown you in the last week 3 I believe, that we just did a regular just single crochet around, and when we did that it was 1 single crochet, chain 2, 1 single crochet in the corner. After you get the 5th one completed, you're then going to do a double crochet all the way around. So just starting off in the corner, it's chain 3, 1 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Then finally in the 37th round you're going to make your way to the corner once again and do your back post double crochet then to complete this, and then therefore this whole section's done. The reason why I'm saying all this now is that I don't need to show you this over and over and over. I just need to show you how to do number 28, and then the rest of it you can follow on your own. You have the instructions here. You have it in written format as well if you need that, and it's just a matter of just showing the story, and you can also see it within the idea here. Now the trick is, and you can share it with your friends if you want to, when you use transitioning yarn like we're doing, then what happens is that these single crochets help bury that look even to be better, to make it more seamless. But as we get growing out even bigger in week 5 and 6 and etc., you're going to notice that you will see noticeable stops of the coloring. But for now we're still at a good size between them. You're going to just chain 3. If you've not already slip stitched to the corner, make sure you chain 3, and then you're going to double crochet into the same corner, and then to turn the corner is chain 2 and 2 more double crochet. So in this round whenever you are doing it, it's 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. We're going to immediately start with this whole idea of this really fun stitch. I learned this through another tutorial that we did, and I was just so fascinated by it. So watch the first one. The first one is somewhat buried, this stitch, so just kind of pull it back so you can get access to it, and you're going to skip that one and you're going to double crochet the next 2. This is almost a cheating technique for cabling. I want you to come into the one we skipped and we're going to do a treble, but watch. When you wrap it, you're going to go right in and you're going to go through it, the project completely, and this yarn that you're going to wrap is going to wrap around the 2 posts that you just made. So you're just going to grab this, scoop the yarn, and when you pull on it, it's going to cross over like this, and you yarn over, pull through 2, 2, and 2, and it will look like that. So to repeat this concept, you're going to skip the next one and double crochet the next 2. Then you're going to treble into the one you skipped by just going all the way through the project, and let this just wrap around those 2 posts that you just made. Pull through. Be consistent on the length and pull through 2, 2, and 2. It's just a treble. Just I'm just enunciating it in that way. So again, skip the next one. The next 2 are doubles. And then you were going to treble around the one you skipped. So you're going to do this all the way to the corner. You'll end up right into the corner itself. leaving you to do the corner, which is 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and then you start all over again. Just watch the first one when you exit a corner. It's always somewhat hidden, so you just gotta move things out of the way. So I'm gonna rely on you to do this now, and then the next round is just going to be single crochet and etc. Look at the crochet diagram that we've made for you, and then you can also follow it in the written instructions. Once you have this, you can see them done 5 times. You will then double crochet the next round after that, and then finally the last round, number 37, is back to the back post double crochet, which I just demonstrated this week. So get that done, and this will be great. And this is week number 4, and I'll see you again next time, and I'll have that done for you. So let's cover some cheating techniques. The first one would be is that when you're looking at this, all of these will be vertically from each other. So let me turn it for your angle there. They should all be vertical. So if you're noticing that it's going out of alignment, it means that you may have skipped a stitch along the way. So there's an easy way to do it. If you look and you see the vertical, and then you all of a sudden you see the one is just kind of shifting, and then it just gets like keeps on shifting, it means that somewhere along the way that you may have skipped a stitch. How you get away with that, and you may have actually accidentally not put in a stitch, so there may not even be a stitch there for you to use. So what you can do, if you need to gain a stitch, what you can do is that you can just, let's just say you have to use these 2. That's the only 2 you have. You can just put 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Because these ones get hidden by this, when you do the treble into the one before it, it kind of gets hidden, and you'll really never notice that you did that, because right here that happens. Do you see it? Nope. So that's something that you can do. So if you only had 2 stitches and you had to get it back to alignment, that's how you can do it, and then you can continue along. So what happens if you get all the way to the end and you're doing it for the first time and you realize that there's only 2 stitches instead of 3? You don't have to frog back, just do the same thing. So if you only have 2 to work with, again just put 2 into the same one, and then do that treble over top, and then proceed right directly to the corner, and that will get your stitch count back up to where it should be, and then when you join it, it'll be hardly noticeable. You can do that kind of stuff too. Isn't that neat? So what happens if you have, maybe you had an extra stitch, and so instead of only 3 you had 4? What you can do, and again this is completely cheating, but it's up to you. So you skip the 1 because you're gonna treble back into there. What you can do is that you can just put the next 2 together, as in 2 together double crochet. Okay, so it spans over 2. Pull it together, and then double crochet the next one after it, and then do your cross back, and that would be a way to eliminate out a stitch if you had an extra one to worry about. And it's hardly noticeable in the grand scheme of things once you zoom back out from it, but because I'm showing you that now, you can see it, but you may not see it later. So that's an easy way to eliminate a stitch or add stitches just in case. I'm now at the end of week number 4, and I've done everything like I promised I would. Now I switched my yarn color right on the last round. That's not as per the instructions. I'm just using spare yarn, what I have here in the studio, and you will notice that this color would have used a second portion of the second ball for the same coloring. Just make sure that you use those coloring tips that we provided, and you'll find that in the playlist. So we're gonna move on to week number 5 next time, and I'll see you then, and have a great day. Bye bye.